Okay, so I don't want to turn my channel into Corona channel or anything, but there's so much stuff that just keeps coming out that is just none of it lines up with, oh yeah, dang, there was just a random plague and dang, here we go. You know, everything is very strange, and even not just what's going on in China, what's going on in Africa still with the Ebola, then Nigeria with this new strand of something they don't know about, Brazil. I mean, let's be honest. It there is one answer. There is one answer, and that is found in this book right here. But but if we just want to go with the logistics of it, and that's what, a lot of people realize this, but they still want to know about what's going on and stuff. So I want to look at some strange things that just are very strange, because I'm actually uploading a video after this that's going to be about one world religion, because I'm going to be pointing out a few things that certain people in high places have been doing. And so this is going to essentially be talking about the UN and how they are trying to do their one world government. And I think that that's what they're trying to do with this. That's the only other thing that would, I guess you could say that's the only earthly thing that would make sense, right? Because everything is just so odd. We have these things that are like added. It's like, let me talk about that Eyes of Darkness book. I did a whole video about it saying that the book has nothing to do with Wuhan, any kind of disease. Supposedly it is on some page where it says Wuhan 400. I have seen that. But here's the thing. That book has been reprinted like 8 times, which is very, very strange. Because, and when I was doing my video on Dean Koontz's website, his books have been reprinted maybe twice, 3 times at the very most, because they reprinted one in the UK or something. But to have a book reprinted 8 times, I would like to compare all of them side by side. I mean, I don't care that much. I'm just saying, like, that's what I would want to do if I was actually going to talk about that, in saying that they predicted it. Because that just is saying, heck, the other 7 might say Los Angeles 400 or New York 400, Brazil 400, like it could say anything. And I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. Although, if you did see my other video, they have known about this for a long time. It's just, I find it just kind of coincidental with Dean Koontz. This is the reason. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This is the reason I find it strange. Everybody's focusing on the Eyes of Darkness, when if everybody would have picked up on The Last Circle, this book and The Octopus from Danny Casolaro, y'all, I mean, this breaks everything wide open. I'm talking, if you didn't watch my other video, go check that other video out. From two days ago or something? This book talks about everything that they have done since at least like the 70s. This one and The Octopus. It talks about, 9/11, Iran-Contra, like everything. Connecting all the way to this. With Michael Riconosciuto, he's still alive. Michael, if you're watching my video, message me. Maybe we can do something. I know you're involved, but hey, I understand your position. He's still connected to all this. The government froze all his assets when he went to prison, but he still knows so much about all of their dealings that they can't very well just kill him. Right, Michael? So he started that little QAnon situation to, I'm assuming, get in the good graces of Trump because he wanted his money released. And so he started a Trump cult. That's what he did. Plain and simple. That's what he did. And it seems that maybe they have released some of his money because they seem to be using a lot of his little tactics and such. It's just very strange how all of these same people that were connected back in the 70s and 80s are still all connected to the things that are going on right now. This is not a coincidence. Well, one of them died just a while back, and that's connected to Kanye. Y'all, it's almost unbelievable. But then when you actually go through all this, you're like, yep, that's what they've been doing. But Kanye was essentially broke at the beginning of Trump's presidency, and as was Trump, essentially. I'm not going to go into all that. But then all of a sudden, Kanye goes and buys like a 20,000 acre ranch in Wyoming. Same, right next to, what is it called? Monster Ranch. I don't know why I'm getting off on this, because there's so much other to talk about. But this is all important, because this is what people need to be looking at, not sharing the eyes of darkness. Do you see how they distract people? It says Wuhan 400, and then what? This book exposes everything, y'all. Everything. And a lot of these people are still alive. And they need to be. They're not going to. I mean, look what Trump just did today. He just, what is it called? Oh crap. Whenever you take all these people out of prison and stuff like that, commuted their sentences and all of this, there are legitimate people that are in prison that are innocent, that the FBI took advantage of. Like Schaefer Cox, saying that he was a militia radical or something. No, our Second Amendment says that we can have a well-regulated militia. He was running for Senate. Like, he was loved by the community. He's been in prison for, 12 years? And he did nothing. Did nothing. The FBI did come in and try to get him to do something, but he never did. He never did anything. And he's still in prison. And he's not just in prison. He's in a prison within a prison. It's essentially Gitmo in the States. It's Marion. That's a whole nother topic. But, that just really, people need to start seeing reality here. That he does not give a crap about any of us. I mean, all of these people, he commuted their sentences. They're like rich, 1%ers that actually did do crimes. It just boggles my mind how anybody still thinks that he's going to do anything for anybody that is like us. And that's why this whole argument of would you have rathered Hillary stop. It's so old. It's so ridiculous. No, they're both the same. I don't think that there's anything that he's doing that she wouldn't have done. We've had more Second Amendment things happen while Trump was president. We've had more. They've extended the Patriot Act. That the red flag laws are just out of control. People are clapping on their feet for 5G. Like, yeah, What awesome. This is awesome. It, you know, whenever Obama was in, people like stood up for the whole transgender bathroom thing. Trump comes in, Peter Thiel stands up and is like, that's just, that's just a distraction. So I'm proud, I'm gay, I'm proud, this and that. Peter Thiel just, the entire stadium just, yeah, yay, yay. Like, are you just not paying attention, or do you just not care? I mean, yeah, there's people that are gonna say it doesn't matter who you vote for. Yeah, that's possible, but there are other candidates that aren't connected to this mob. And like Adam Kokesh, okay, yeah, you could find a few things wrong with him, but seriously. And let me say this. Let me say another thing. There's a difference between voting for someone and being a complete cult following. And that's what this has become. And it's two-sided. The left is completely obsessed with Trump. The right is completely obsessed with Trump. Just in different ways. And I'm not going to say he's the Antichrist or anything, because that's multiple people, multiple things. But people are like, oh no, the Antichrist is going to be somebody everybody loves. Well, don't get confused about the definition or the word love. It doesn't mean, it essentially means marveled. So you have the left marveling about Trump. You have the right marveling about Trump. Just in different ways. I still don't, I mean, he's not, but he is one of the beasts, and I've gone through that in my other video. And that's another thing that just boggles my mind, how people can continue following him after what he's doing, or the lack of what he's doing for his the stocks are great. That's just fake numbers. Won't you actually look around and see the businesses closing down in your local town? Won't you see where all of our goods are coming from? Did this start with Trump? No. But the whole thing was make America great again, meaning bring the jobs back here, not sell them all to Israel and China. Our farms, we've never had so many farm bankruptcies ever. Maybe during the Depression. We've never had it like this. Not on top of that, we have extreme numbers of farmers committing suicide. And the little bit of bailout that they've given them is just, it's almost laughable. But then it's not laughable, because they put all this money into DARPA and, the military and all of this stuff. Well, that's all fine and well, but what are we going to eat? What are we going to eat? And I don't want to hear, the farmers don't want bailouts no more than anybody else. They have to humble themselves to get those they don't want them. They would much rather have seeds in the ground, corn coming out, whatever it is. They would much rather that. But that's just not the case. And there are deals that go on. But what occurs, and whether you agree with whether, if they're geoengineering the weather or not, that's on you. I mean, some of it is. And that can be definitely connected. And really screwing over the farmers, or let's even say that they aren't geoengineering the weather, but yet the scientists know about certain things that they're not telling the truth about. What I'm talking about is like how they're saying global warming, when in reality we're about to have a mini ice age. We're in a grand solar minimum. And so they want to put out all this nonsense and get all these people all up in an uproar and having people think that, oh, everything's warming. And then bam, you've got this cold snap that froze half the farms. They couldn't get them out of the ground. And when they did get them out of the ground, there was a propane shortage. So they lost their crops either way. I mean, we have zero grains, like any type of grain stores or whatever. But I did a whole different video on that. Anyway, so he went on a Clemency blitz. And he took away the sentences for this former New York Police Department Commissioner Bernie Crick or whatever. Let me see, Rod Blanovich and whatever his name is. But this guy literally stole from the 9/11 victims. Yeah, all of these people are essentially white-collar crime, but in my mind, a lot of times, the white-collar crime is almost worse. Because physical wounds heal, you know what I mean? But with this, they take people's houses, they do all these horrible things like moving money around, like gambling fraud or junk bonds, to where these people think that they're putting in for their 401k or their retirement, and then 2 years before retirement they find out that their banker or whatever was a complete fraud and was just taking their money. That's really almost worse than being beat up and almost killed, like, if you think about it, because those wounds are going to heal. This is like, man, you just ruined their entire life. But he just granted clemency to all of these 1% millionaires. It makes no sense. Former, let me see, Blano, I can't even say most of these people's names. But it's just silly. And it's sad. It's truly sad that we have people like Schaefer Cox and so many other people that are sitting in maximum security prison over nonsense. Celebrity nutrition. This is silly. It's silly. Okay, let's go ahead and get on with Corona. The crown on the red dragon. Yeah. In the book of Revelation. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. I want to start out with this. Let me see how long this video is already. Oh my gosh, it's already 20 minutes. I haven't even started on this yet. Okay. So, this is from Earthly Patriot. She did an amazing job putting this together. Let's look at all of the UN and look, I like how she, put, like, she does amazing research, and she'll put things that other people don't think about. But UN peacekeeping operations, their uniforms out of stock. So that tells you a lot. It says a lot of people bought them, like things like that. You look on the outside and stuff. Anyway, y'all, look, this is her channel, Earthly Patriot. Y'all go sub to her. And I'm going to show y'all another person's channel. Great videos. Okay, so we have the Military World Games every, like, 2 to 3 years or something like that. Maybe every 5 years. But this is different. I've never seen this occur. First of all, you can't even get the results. You have to go to the Wayback Machine to get the full list of results. And then China won almost every single one. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I don't really care. It's just the whole thing is weird. And then like how they're taken off their site. You have to actually go to the Wayback Machine. What are they hiding? Are they hiding the fact that they had this? It is weird that nobody really knew about it. But it gets worse. So there's a ton of, more than ever, all of these people, and this is the first time they've ever held it in one city. Now, I want y'all to watch this. This is so much like a Super Bowl halftime show with all this symbolism. It's crazy. This was the Olympic opening games. That's what this was. But they don't have the actual militaries coming out. This is the UN. Saw that fire, and then they're called the Forces of Peace.
This part of the program is called Forces of Peace. This is the original music. Please pay close attention.
If you look at the lights, look. It could be 1,000 points of light. It could be them crossing over. I don't know which one it is, but it's definitely symbolism. And, this is something that most people don't realize. I didn't even know until recently that essentially all the UN people are from China. All the UN blue hat people. People that are good at decoding this, y'all please let me know what. I usually am, but this one. One star, huh? One star. One world. Yeah, and then we can go with the pent, it's like a pentagon and the pentagram. I don't know what flag that is. This is just like the Super Bowl, how it looked like the pit to hell. See, it says UN, and then there's this. Everybody's one soldier. Everybody's one. You see this? Look, circle again. If you didn't watch my Super Bowl halftime show videos, go check it out. Always with these circles for these rituals. did great with the graphics. I mean, and the marching. Let's be real, but they're crossing all of these just like they did at the Super Bowl. And then this fiery pit. That V is very interesting. And yeah, she said research enveloped negative strand RNA, and that's what this looks like. So creepy. I know this has more, but I'm just not. Let me see. 1, 2. Looks like that. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. I don't know, y'all. That's some kind of creepiness. But y'all check out her video. Yeah, y'all can check that out on her channel. I'll put the link below. Sorry. Okay. Alright, and then we've got all of these screw-ups. How do we keep having these screw-ups? Like, Hawaii has gotten the, like, junk test. Like, the test didn't work. And Hawaii is, like, the first place you'd want to be concerned because a lot of people travel there from Asia. A lot of people. But, let me see. 2 days, yesterday, Wuhan hospital director dies from coronavirus. He was just diagnosed the day before. Very interesting. 14 Americans take off cruise ship and flown to the U.S. test positive for coronavirus. That was yesterday. It comes fierce out of nowhere. A woman says her husband tested positive for coronavirus. Oh, this was just about 50 minutes ago. I mean, all of these things are how they're, they're letting people off these cruises and then all of a sudden they're testing positive. It's all of these very strange things. I mean, are they just pretending they're idiots, or because if that's the case, if they're really idiots, then we legitimately need to just stop paying the IRS, because all of these government funded whatevers, they're all quite useless. We can have independent labs do these type of things, and I would trust them more. I mean, I believe that anyway. And I don't believe they're incompetent. I believe that they're purposely incompetent, or they killed the people. Just like, let me see, what do we have here? The World Health Organization, Peter Salamia died at 50. They say 51, but then another thing says 50. He just suddenly died at the age of 51. The same day, this was January 24th. I think that was the day that they started the quarantine. Pretty weird, huh? He was also one of the ones that was, I think he was pushing back with the vaccines in Africa, along with one of the other ones over in Africa. He stepped down because they were pushing back so much on him. This is just some weird stuff going on with this guy. Whether it's connected to Ebola or coronavirus or both, which I believe that they might both be linked because the symptoms are very, very similar. 746 people in Washington are being supervised due to corona outbreak. Same with New York State. They were denying it and saying, nah, we're not. And then all of a sudden, like 3 hours later, they're like, oh, yeah, we have some people being quarantined up in the Buffalo area. It's just crazy. Let's see. Coronavirus outbreak, countries that have tested negative. Why do I have this up? That seems weird. Who knows? Oh, state lab report issues with coronavirus tests. CDC to send new reagents because the crap that they sent was not working. Why is that? Why do they have to send all their tests to the CDC? Is the virus something else and they don't want independent laboratories actually looking at this virus? I don't know. But it sure seems crazy that they keep sending these tests that just don't work. Like, oh, it's a bad batch. You know, like if this is a serious pandemic, or are they faking that it's serious? That's another thing. Are they faking? Because let me show you another channel that shows a lot of great videos. He uploads the videos from that are actually going on the streets, and I want to point out some things that just aren't sitting well with me. Not about his video, he's just uploading videos. Let's see, 26 people in Westchester quarantined for coronavirus. That's upstate New York. This channel right here. Y'all go sub to him. Beezer, Beezer. But they've got all this crazy stuff going on. Just let me see. He's doing a lot of videos. He's just uploading exactly what's going on. But I want to show y'all some things that just don't make any sense. Apartment fire. There's a random apartment fire and nobody's helping them. I mean, these are things that you can't stage, you know, like fires. But I want to show y'all this. Look at this jam-packed plane, okay? What's wrong with this picture? Everything, I know. They're just wearing masks. All their hands are free. Their eyes are free. All of these people are infected. I mean, I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying. If this is truly as infectious as they're saying, which I do believe that it is, all of these people are infected. You don't just get it from breathing in. And I honestly don't think that they know this. I think that they're being told something else. Oh yeah, you just wear a mask. And like, essentially most of our authoritative people, CDC and all these people, and just any normal doctor you talk to, they're like, you can wear a mask, but it's really not going to help that much. The best thing is to keep your hands clean, stay away from all these crowded places and all of these all of these things, and they're doing the exact opposite. None of them wearing gloves. Why are they on a plane? And this is every time I see one of these videos coming out of there. It's like they're arresting people for not wearing a mask, but yet they don't have, the police officer doesn't have gloves. The person they're arresting doesn't have gloves on. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. This is how it's spreading. Let's just go with the actual story, whatever. I'm too much straining my brain, but check out this. Chinese doctors forced to pledge allegiance to the Communist Chinese Party. I mean, this is pretty weird. Let me see if I can get the actual caption.
遵守党的章程，遵守党的章程，履行党员义务，履行党员义务，执行党的决定，执行党的决定，严守党的秘密。
It's all just so weird. I mean, again, the only thing you can do is protect yourself and be prepared. Be prepared for anything that could come our way, and just be like, actually watch what's going on, around you. And if something starts happening, get together with people in your community and stuff, and y'all make a plan. This video is horrific. I probably shouldn't even show it. I'm not gonna show it. Y'all can go click on it. This lady tries to escape out of her apartment building in China. And yeah, she falls and dies. Y'all can go click on that. I didn't know that that's what was going to happen. I clicked on it and but anyway, so he's got a lot of great videos. I'll put this link in there too. Sorry, I gotta put the kids to bed. But anyway, y'all, everything is just not adding up. Let me get... Ouch. My foot fell asleep. Sorry. I don't really... So, and get your silver. I mean, be prepared for... Oh, that's another thing I want to show y'all. There are a lot of flu cases here, and there's a lot of kids dying. More than we've seen in a very, very long time. I don't remember where that was. So, be prepared with anything. Get some silver. If you've heard of this MMS chlorine dioxide, please don't take it. And if you have bought that, please throw it in the trash can. It's essentially bleach. I mean, it is. And myself and Dr. Pedersen are actually going to do a video on it either Thursday or Friday. We're going to do another video together, the maker of the silver. So there will be a 20% off coupon in the pinned comments. Anyway, guys, sorry if that was just kind of all over the place, but just think of it as an update of news of the day. And I'm working on some other stuff, so anyway, just be prepared. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.